Well, one of the country's most bruising and expensive primaries is playing out in Minnesota's 5th Congressional District. The question, can Ilhan Omar hold on to her job in Congress? Political reporter Theo Keith fact-checks the accusations and follows the money with 9 days to go until the election.
Antone Melton-Meaux says he voted for Ilhan Omar in her historic 2018 election to Congress. But as he campaigned in New Hope Sunday, he had no plans of voting the same way again.
There was excitement, and I felt the same. But in the end, what we've seen is someone that doesn't show up for us.
The mediation lawyer has shaken up what many expected to be an easy re-election for Omar. His message, she's a celebrity, I'll do the work.
For an America that does not only welcome refugees and immigrants, but they send them to Washington.
By now you know Omar's meteoric rise and her battles with President Donald Trump.
How do you have such a person representing you in Minnesota? I'm very angry at you people right now.
Her personal life has become not only tabloid fodder, but raised campaign finance questions. For the first time ever, Omar granted me an interview for this story about the race.
So why should voters send you back for another 2 years?
I think that's one narrative. The other narrative is that I have had, a year and a half of great accomplishments.
Omar looked like she would cruise to victory in next week's primary until Melton-Meaux raised an eye-popping $3.2 million this spring. So where is all that money coming from?
Ilhan Omar puts herself first.
Pro-Israel groups are backing Melton-Meaux in a big way. It stems from Omar's series of comments about Israel some see as anti-Semitic. The group's donor rolls include Trump supporters. It's led Omar to question who Melton-Meaux really is, criticism he waves off.
This is, frankly, an attempt to preserve a campaign that's falling apart.
When it comes to out-of-state money, both candidates are benefiting. According to the campaign finance tracker Open Secrets, 85% of Melton-Meaux' donors who gave more than $200 are from outside Minnesota. 92% of Omar's $200-plus contributors are from outside the state. Omar faces questions about where that money is going. This year, Omar's campaign has paid her husband's political consulting firm more than $1 million. It's an issue she has refused to talk about.
Yes, do you understand what no comments means?
As she runs for re-election, Omar told me her husband's consulting firm is merely a pass-through, money flowing from her campaign into the firm and then onto vendors who place ads in print mail pieces.
Aren't they taking a cut?
Yeah, but in the way in which you represent it sort of makes it look like that is the money that we just give to them. That whole money goes to it.
What is their cut? What's their percentage of that amount?
I'm not sure. In Open Secrets, you can see the expenditures, and so all of that is listed. And so that would be something that you would have to, utilize your journalistic skills in trying to get that information to the viewers.
Though Melton-Meaux has several local endorsements, Omar has the party heavyweights. In recent weeks, the Minnesota DFL has been blasting her challenger as out of step with the district.
I don't know what he's controlled by, but what I do know is that until recently, there was no platform. Until recently, it was, we just need to get rid of Ilhan.
Omar herself is now taking the fight to Melton-Meaux in a new TV ad.
Antone Melton-Meaux defended corporations accused of mistreating workers and firing pregnant employees.
The accusations date to his 3 years at the national law firm Jackson Lewis. Melton-Meaux did not directly respond to questions about the cases in Omar's ad, but says he never did union work at Jackson Lewis.
Let's just dispel that notion that I'm a union buster, because that just is not true.
In turn, Melton-Meaux blasts Omar for missing 40 votes in Congress last year, more than the rest of Minnesota's Democratic House delegation combined. She says the criticism is off base, and she missed votes for the loss of a family member and holidays. After the Memorial Day death of George Floyd at the knee of a Minneapolis police officer, the city has faced a crisis of confidence in police. Omar joins a majority of city council members who want to dismantle the department, though she would not say how many cops should remain in Minneapolis. Melton-Meaux says police will always have a role to play, though he says the city should take money from MPD and use it to address homelessness, mental health, and schools. When Omar won the crowded 2018 Democratic primary, she did it with huge support in Minneapolis, winning many neighborhoods by 40% margins. But she lost several suburbs, where you now see lots of Melton-Meaux signs.
And I think he's got a better chance than many people do in terms of perhaps pulling one of the biggest upsets of the year.
Hamline University professor David Schultz wrote an op-ed titled, "Is Ilhan Omar One and Done?" and thinks it's possible, even though Minneapolis makes up 60% of the district.
In a race now that is effectively one-on-one. Yes, there are other candidates, but in a race that's effectively one-on-one, if she loses the suburbs big, can she hold Minneapolis strong enough that she can still win that election?
It's a question only voters can answer next week. Theo Keith, Fox 9.